So I know this is probably a little janky. Uh, by the way, I'm Jay, and thanks for stopping by the channel. And thank you everyone for the new subscriptions. I'm at 104. So I finally, after 20 some years, broke 400 subscribers. Appreciate it very much. Down here, a friend of mine decided that he was going to upgrade his home network and took some pictures and showed me his setup. Of course, he has a rack. Mine is in my entertainment center in the living room. But I noticed that Ubiquiti, Unifi, who I turned him on to, has come up with their own modem, rack mount modem system. So I went ahead and bought it and got that set up on Saturday. Took me about 10 minutes to go through the process. If you decide to go with this modem, use the MAC address that is on the little screen, not the MAC address that shows up in the control center. The MAC address on the screen is the proper one to give to your cable provider. Very quick and easy. Good setup. So in addition to the modem, I went ahead and just bought a TP-Link PoE switch, and that's a 4-port PoE switch. And I've got it down here on the floor, and I'll tell you why in just a few minutes. So in addition to the PoE switch and the modem that I hooked up with the Unifi, I also have a access point in the wireless access point in my living room on the wall. So I switched over. I had a PoE injector, which of course I don't have on my desk right now. I don't think. Nope. But I went ahead and powered that off the PoE switch, the TP-Link that I bought. But I thought, well, what the heck? I'm looking around for a TP-Link, and I come across a seller on eBay that has two Unifi Talk phones. These are the LED or LCD screens, not the big one, but the intermediary, and then there's a smaller one that is just no LCD screen. And then they also do a legacy box to take your analog phone and import it into this. So they tout the fact that it can be set up within 5 minutes for a PBX. And I can honestly tell you that it probably took me less time to set the PBX up than 5 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes. It probably took about 3 or 4 minutes. When I plug these into the PoE switches, or into the PoE switch that I have down here on the floor, it immediately found them, asked for a user to assign, and provided me a SIP number to demo the whole system, which was pretty darn cool. So the reason I wanted to do this was I had never done this before with Unifi, and I wanted to give it a try, just see what was going on with it. And before I get into this real quick, you may notice that I'm having some issues talking again, and that is because there's been some stuff going on in my personal life, and one of the reasons why I haven't done a video for YouTube in quite some time. For those that aren't familiar with my condition, About a year and a half ago, I was diagnosed with terminal stage 4 small cell lung cancer. And given anywhere between 2 and 6 months to survive, unless I did chemotherapy, stuff like that. So I opted, of course, for the chemotherapy, um, and that did a great job on the lung cancer. In the meantime, um, it was found out that I had two tumors on my brain, and I had to go through radiation therapy for that. So we shrunk the tumors in the brain, and then went through an array of CAT scans, and we found out that the lung cancer that was treated with chemotherapy and then later on with immunotherapy um, ended up coming back. So right now I am kind of in limbo in regards to whether or not they're going to continue doing immunotherapy with it, which of course hasn't been effective if it came back from the chemotherapy, or go into full on chemo again, which is 3 bags of chemotherapy every 3 weeks with a week off in between. So basically, I'll lose my hair again and things like that. So the voice, anyway, to make long story even longer, you know, the this stuff coming back, the lung cancer creates an enzyme which messes around with your motor activity, and of course, speech is a motor activity. Um, so I act like, or when I talk, a lot of times it seems like I might be drunk, half into a bottle of whatever, but I assure you I do not drink. I don't smoke anymore. I did. And it's difficult for me to walk a lot of times. The longer this goes on, where the lung cancer is untreated and shrunk down, I'll probably end up on a cane again for a while, which I was, be a full risk, etc. So anyway, yeah, when you look at the fact that you might only have another 6 months or so to live, and you want to play with stuff, you buy it. And hopefully have time to sell it again before you go belly up or circle the drain. So that's where we're at right now. Took a very short period of time to do the software side. As soon as I plugged these into the PoE switch, which is PoE Plus, it did a great job of finding them. And I apologize for the cuts in between these. I have to give myself a little bit of time in between talking to get some air back into my lungs and continue on. So, what I did here was I set up 2 phones. And before we get into that, I want to talk about how quick SIP provisioning was. As soon as I got into the setup on this, it assigned Unifi assigned me a number to my area code, asked me to put in my 911 information, which I did, and immediately had a number. And one number is 999. I did look around online for a free SIP or something that would be cheaper than that. Whoa, pardon me. Let me get back over in here. Okay. So we can see both phones, which are right here and here. But for $9.99 a month for a SIP line, unlimited calling, I believe, for that. Well, it's not unlimited. There's some things going on with that. And you can go to their website. I'll leave a link down in the description to click on to see the pricing. There's some changes in what's available to you when you go up into a higher phone line bracket price, if I'm saying that properly. Okay, so the build qualities on these are really incredible. I think part of it's metal and part of it is high impact plastic. Kind of a grip feel on the phone handset itself, and the has a magnet in it, knows when it's on the cradle. So a black screen is generally the way your phone would look like when you went into the office. And then when you want, you can wake it up. Very high quality build quality is what I'm trying to say. If you swipe down, it gives you the ability to set available, do not disturb, or redirect calls. It also does call waiting, devices, camera, and settings. Now, out of the box, I had to do a couple updates on these phones so that I was able to do video conferencing between the two. It did not have that when I pulled it out of the box. And I bought these on eBay, open box. I think I offered $80 a handset and was able to get them at that price. There's a lot on eBay. If you want to buy these used or open box or brand new, and the pricing on them is pretty darn good. So there's something to keep in mind, and that's a locked phone and unlocked phone. Again, I'll leave a description down in the bottom, and there is a difference on that to keep in mind when you decide you want to go with this for a small office, home office, enterprise situation, that sort of thing. What is the best profile for your use case? All right, so I'm going to pull down again on this. Devices are things like this. So you can set up your Bluetooth handsets or headsets with it. Works really, really well. And then, of course, like I said, available, do not disturb or redirect. On this phone over here, we have a flashing light, and you'll see that there is a voicemail icon up there. And what I did was, as a test, send a voice message from this phone to that phone. And I can see on this phone that I have a recent call, and it'll tell me that. And it will also show me that I have a voicemail. But in addition to that, you probably can't see this on the screen, it sends an email from the system to you saying that you have a voicemail, and AI transcribes the email or the voicemail to you. So I said, hey, this is a test of voicemail, just check it, and goes to email, thank you, bye. And it also attaches the audio file down here at the bottom. Okay. On the console side, which is the control center for Unifi. If you click on talk and you have this set up, it shows you all the users in your outline, records calls, your service provider, service health, uptime, um, by day, week, month, that sort of thing. And then you can go to assignments to see which phones by ID belong to which users. I have mine, J, and I have an internal one here. And there is an update available for this one. Yes, internal one. So we're going to just go ahead and hit update available. It's going to say, are you sure you want to update it? Yes. And it will download the update fully and then push it to the phone. Reboot the phone and then you're good to go. So we're going to go ahead and let that do its thing. And the nice thing about being an administrator with these phones, there we go, we're starting the update, is if I had a company logo, I could include that as a face for these phones, and you can even do animated faces, and go ahead and push that out to all your users. The other cool thing about this, there is a little debate on the forums and on Reddit whether or not this is a capability, but I don't see why not. With the Unifi Dream Machines, Dream Machine Pros, Ultimates, things like that, you have the ability to link those units with point-to-point VPN, which you do if you have multiple locations. You could theoretically use the talk application on one of the Unifi Dream Machines, which is included in the price, as your primary. When you have point-to-point, set up a seamless VoIP system between all your locations, so that all you have to do is set extension numbers for each phone, your user, pick your phone numbers, and auto attendant, if you decide to use that, and push that all out to everybody on your networks, plural, and be completely set up. Or if you're a small organization and you want to do VPN to a home network, supposedly there are people that have had luck with that through the Windows VPN or Mac VPN, to where you can use the phone off network. There might be a lot to that. I don't know. I haven't done it. But there's talk that people have had success, and there's people that say it's not supported on the other side. I've got a dog in here with me now, begging for food, I guess, but we'll leave that alone for now. And I'll be right back. Okay, so with that recent update, now I have all the notifications on here from Friday when I was messing with this system. Over here I've got the blinking light, which tells me I have a voicemail, and we're going to go ahead and just click on that. You have the ability to transcribe it, call that person back, or delete the voicemail. And I have my audio down all the way here. The touch screens are very responsive. or if I want, I can hit transcribe. AI goes in to the voicemail and takes a second or two and will transcribe it. Yep, there it is right here. Let me go ahead and bring that up so you can see it. So it transcribed that voicemail. And of course, this is internal, but works the same way. You can swipe back and forth to see your call log, favorites, your contacts, keypad, and voicemail. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that voicemail. Now that's gone. It'll actually disappear from the voicemail on the dashboard also. So you have engagement, which is your smart attendant, and then you have AI telling you that I had a call to internal one to Jay Weldy. The customer said no in response to the agent. There is no other context provided, and summary available for the call is unavailable, even though there is a audio file there. Okay, so that gets updated whenever you update your console for your Unifi Dream Machine and Unifi applications. Let's see, what else can I talk about? Okay, let's do this. I'm going to dial that, and that's going to show a voice call. You probably can't tell that I'm over here, and then I'll go ahead and now I have video calling set up here with both phones, and I could be on different networks as long as I have a peer-to-peer VPN, and it will do its thing. So, for the cost of this, it's just really, really an amazing setup. That's Unifi Talk. I am a semi-retired network admin, chief technology type of position that has been in transition to somebody new at my company since I developed the brain cancer. So maybe not. Maybe that helped me with the setup of the applications and the phones. Maybe. I think it was pretty straightforward. And if you were a owner of a business within need of a PBX, I think in general this is pretty easy to get set up once you have your network set up in your Dream Machine. Just keep in mind that you need PoE, which is power over Ethernet, and in this case, PoE plus. So keep that in mind. You can buy a Unifi switch as PoE. I believe it's up to 48 ports. And once you get that set up and you're pumping power through the internet or Ethernet, then on the back you have two RJ45 jacks. One is for the phone and the other one's pass-through. That goes to your computer, which is nice because you can then use your existing Cat5 or Cat6 wire that's going to a computer, and take that out of the computer, plug it into the back of this, and then plug your computer into the back, and you have Ethernet to both devices. Unfortunately, there is no wireless access points within this to use these phones by themselves without an Ethernet cable, because, of course, you need power, and wireless is never as robust as a corded device. Um, that's about all I wanted to talk about. I do apologize for going dark on YouTube and Facebook, but again, there's been a lot going on. Turmoil is probably the best word for it. So, once again, thank you for stopping by my dog-ridden channel, and I appreciate everybody and all the subscriptions to my channel recently. And there'll be more content coming. I've got over here in the corner, I have my external eGPU and my Lenovo Legion Go, which I've been enjoying completely since I've hooked it up. And now that I'm going back into what is probably a long run of chemotherapy again, which lasts usually about 3 to 4 hours each time that I go in. My Legion Go is going to be invaluable in keeping my sanity while I'm doing that. So I have some nice side-scrolling games on there, like Abe's Odyssey, that sort of thing, and a golf game. So keep me occupied while I'm sitting in a chemo pod. Thanks again, everybody. I love you. I appreciate you stopping by, and I'll try and get some more content out to you in a quicker pace. Thanks. Stay cool. Stay safe.